Hey everyone, Kyle once again, and welcome back to another movie review. And also, I want to say Merry Christmas to everybody. Enjoy all your times, the good times you have spent with your family on Christmas. So Merry Christmas to everyone. And for my two Christmas movie reviews, I got this film and then the next one, Violent Night, which I enjoyed from another film that came out this year that I enjoyed, which that'll be up next after this. But this film I'll be reviewing is of a Christmas Story. Now, okay, first of all, now you're probably wondering why I put a rant on this because, okay, just hear me out. Just don't shoot me overall, okay? I know I've heard about this film. Okay, I've never seen this film. I honestly, okay, yeah, I know. I've never seen this film before in my life. I've heard so much about it over the years of my life. I've heard about the film a lot. I just never got around to watch it. I never grew up with this movie. I never did. I've heard of the movie, and a lot of people say it's a great Christmas movie. It's a classic. It's one of the best Christmas movies of all time. And I respect people's opinions. You know, I respect why people say it's a Christmas classic. Yes, okay. But the thing is, I never saw this film. So that means I never grew up with the movie. I never did. So, and also the thing is, this is the first time I saw this film. And I know I'm sorry to say this though, but thing is though, I was not a fan of this movie. I'm sad to say. I know that the whole people get pissed at me or whatever, but thing is though, this is the first time I saw this film, and I know about Christmas. I know about Christmas Story 2. I know Daniel Stern was in it. That was a bad. I know a lot of people hated that movie. I know that. But with the first film, I know that people are just gonna shoot me for this, but I'm sorry, but honestly, I was not a fan of this movie. I think it did suck. You know, I'm sorry to say that. I didn't mean to say it, but I have to say because it's my honest opinion on this. But yeah, I just didn't like this film. There are several other Christmas films that I think are much better than this, in my opinion. But go back. A Christmas Story is directed by Bob Clark, who directed the original Black Christmas, and he directed Porky's 1 and 2. He also directed Loose Cannons, and he also the funny thing is with Bob Clark, he directed the original Black Christmas, right? And people got so much praise for him doing this film and Porky's, right? Later on, 1999, he would go on to direct Baby Geniuses and the sequel, which those films got hated on so freaking much. It's like one of the worst comedies / family movies / movies of all time. Baby Geniuses, especially the first film that had Christopher Lloyd and Kathleen Turner in it, and Dom DeLuise. Those films got hated on so much they were universally panned by critics. It shows how far that Bob Clark has fallen after that, right? But yeah, I liked the original Black Christmas. The 2006 remake sucked. And Porky's, I know my mom, she thought it was a very hilarious movie as well, Porky's. But yeah, Christmas Story just never worked for me. I thought that the film was not. I didn't think the film was not funny. I just thought it was a boring film and not funny, you know. But I will say that the kid's name, Ralphie, played by Billingsley. I thought the kid. I thought Peter Billingsley plays the kid, the young Ralphie, because we have an older Ralphie does like the narration, I think. Because I think the older Ralphie who does the narration is voiced by Gene Shepard, who is based on a book that this guy wrote. So I think the author of this film did the narration for this, voicing as the older Ralph. But Peter Billingsley as the younger Ralph when he was a kid, he was not that bad of a job acting wise. He wasn't. It's not his fault. The parents, Darren, McGavin, and Melinda, Dillion, they would try the best of what they got to do. And this is, the whole thing is set in the 1940s. And Ralphie, pretty much the whole time, all he wants for Christmas was this air gun, whatever, right? This rifle. And that's pretty much the only thing he cared about was getting that BB rifle. Although it's like a toy obsession, right? Which I want to see something about a obsession over a toy, especially on Christmas. I'd rather watch Jingle All the Way with Arnold, which I really love because I always loved Jingle All the Way. One of the best Christmas films for me. That took a play of like wanting a certain toy so badly, right? Although a BB gun's air gun's not a toy though, anyway. But yeah, if we want to talk about who was obsessing over a toy, or essentially over a certain thing, I'd rather watch Jingle All the Way. That took that whole consistency, a story of wanting something so badly. I'd rather watch Jingle All the Way over this. I'd rather watch Christmas Vacation over this. Ernest Saves Christmas, which I reviewed last year, I think I did. Ernest Saves Christmas. I think I'd rather watch that than this. I liked Ernest Saves Christmas. Home Alone 1 and 2, which I love, no contest for me. What other Christmas films that I liked? The Home Alone 1 and 2, yeah. Christmas Vacation. But I think this still was not funny. It was very boring, Especially one of the annoying things. One of the things that I thought was really annoying was the little brother in this. I thought he was very irritating, very annoying as well. He just wouldn't shut up. Because even though he's like, a lot of like this. He's like a lot of whining like this. That's all he ever did, and he just wouldn't shut up about it. I just wanted to jump through that screen and just strangle the little brat. That's what I thought when I thought of this little brother of Ralphie, And it was like just when he was told to eat his vegetables, where he eat his dinner, and what a pig sound like? Oink oink. And he's like, just to get his face there. I'm like, oh my freaking god, this kid got on my nerves so bad, right? Or what was it? I think with the brother. I'm sure I'm missing some of them, but just like I just watched this film and I'm already forgetting things, and I don't care. But the brother, he was so irritating, annoying. He just got on my nerves. Yeah, he was really the most annoying character in this movie. And let's say Ralphie wants us to go. He wants his BB, his air gun, and all the things like they have all these over the top flashes, dream sequences where the parents are being over the top. I'm like, I know they're in a dream though, but it's them being over the top on purpose. It's something like, and the husband, both the parents, Melinda, Dillion, and Darren McGavin, crying over the top, right? They're just being so over the top on this. And there's even times where Ralphie, he was acting like a douchebag because, the whole thing with the whole tongue on the stuck on the pole ride, which honestly that was done better in Dumb and Dumber with Jeff Daniels' character of Lloyd, or Harry, I mean, when his tongue got stuck on there, that was just handled better than this. But what I mean with Ralphie's character being much of a little dick, like he sees the guy, stuck on the whole tongue of the pole, he just walks away. Or a guy's picked on by this bully, which he's like he's like the least intimidating bully I've ever seen. And he ends up just walking away too, and the whole thing with the cursing. He lets the other kid get blamed instead of him. So him getting punished instead of him. I'm like, you're just a little bit of a dick, are you? Jeez. And just all these things that I thought was supposed to be funny, I didn't think it was funny. And he still wants his freaking air gun. Like I said, the whole thing about consumerism, you could say, is done better in Jingle All the Way. Yes. And the whole thing, like, just like this. One thing I thought was funny, like jumping to the end, is like when they get eat at this Chinese restaurant, and they can't sing "Deck the Halls." They can't saying "la la la," they said saying "rah rah rah." And I even think that they serve the whole thing, the head of the whole thing of the duck, ahead in front of the family, but they chop the head off in front of the family. I'm like, okay, that's not nice, pleasant when you're eating dinner outside. Trying to think. And that's the whole thing with the leg lamp, like when McGavin wins this prize, which is just the shape of a leg lamp. Which that's one thing, the kind of things I've heard about this film was the leg lamp. I'm like, okay, was this whole thing really worth it? So yeah. And it's like the parents being so over the top during these dream sequences. That was just being over the top. And also the kid appeared Billingsley. He didn't do that bad of a job acting wise. And it's like the little brother. He just got out. He was so arrogant. So agitating to watch, it was so agitating to watch. You got on my nerves so bad. I just want to jump, like I said, I want to jump through the screen to strangle the kid. I just like, this kid will not shut up. He was very annoying, because I don't see how people thought this was funny. I don't get it. And in the end, Ralphie does get his gun, his BB gun or whatever, and he almost loses an eye where he shoots and ends up having a fallen icicle almost land on top of him, like all that, and just I know I'm indifferent on this film, I know some people regards many people it's a classic, there's if I grew up with the movie I would have thought otherwise, but that was the case. I never saw the film growing up, so this is the first time me seeing the movie, so You can say the term, it's all Greek to me, you can say. And it is from the very annoying, irritating little brother, the over the top parents in the dream sequences. And he got his rifle, which I'm like, I don't think he didn't deserve it. But I'd rather watch Ernest Saves Christmas, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. I'd rather watch I'd rather watch better Christmas movies than this. I mean, Violent Night, which came out this year, which I thought was better than this, honestly. But like I said, I know people were just gonna tell me otherwise. I just know it's. But in my opinion, I was not a fan of the film. I wasn't. And the jokes I didn't think were funny. It was just boring as well. And it was with Bob Clark, the director. I just rather watch the original Black Christmas. Not the. Or I'd rather watch Porky's than this, and then Baby Geniuses. I don't know. I think I'd rather watch this than Baby Geniuses 1 and 2. But and the whole thing with the same where he walks around in a pink Easter bunny suit. But yeah, it's just Christmas Story. I know I went over the top, all over not over the top, but went all over the place for this. And I apologize for that though, but just a lot of these stupid things, people just leave the car and just don't drive off without when they came in, But there's plenty of the Christmas films I always that I think are better than this. But yeah, Christmas Story I was not a fan of this film. Like this, it was my first time watching the film. I just think it wasn't good at all. But yeah, if people, I would agree or disagree. If you like the film, still think it's a classic, good on you, But in my opinion, this is just Christmas outfit flavor is better to wear. I can say. But I'd rather watch Violent Night than this. I'd rather watch Iron Man 3, which I hate, which I just rather watch than this, and wasn't a fan of This went in my head now. But just but it is just me. I know that Christmas Story 2, which that was sucked. It had Randy Quaid in it. That sucked. And the one with Tom Hanks, just was much better though. But this is just they knew it was wrong, but they couldn't. So that was the other thing again. Like I said, but in my opinion, I was not a fan of this film. I know a lot of people do think of it, but I'm like I said, I'm indifferent about this film. I was not really engaged with the characters. I wasn't, or the story itself wasn't that engaging. All it was about Ralphie getting the rifle and just taking place from Jingle All the Way, waiting in line, all that. Which is I'd rather watch Jingle All the Way more than this. But yeah, a Christmas story, and just the several things that Ralphie did, and just left them there, or took the blame, and they ended up getting the blame for it. But yeah. So this is my first time watching the film, and in my view, I was not a fan of it. To me, I think it sucked. I didn't think it was place. It was boring. It was funny. The characters more I just did not care about. Like the jokes of the whole leg lamp, I didn't think it was funny. And this, I just never thought that when they get to the because of the dog ruined their turkey, and they go to this sushi or Chinese restaurant that when they come out, they bring this duck with the head still on, they chop it off. I'm like, I think they know better, to do that before you bring it out, and then they're saying, deck the halls, right, instead of saying fa la 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 la, they say rah rah rah. I just think the whole thing, wasn't really that funny, just. And listen to how Ravi comes off a douchebag, just like several things he could do to help his friends, but no, he just goes and walks away. But yeah, A Christmas Story. All the other Christmas movies I mentioned before, I would rather watch over this. But yeah, I'm not gonna bother with Christmas Story 2, so that'd be too much. That's just too much, But yeah. But that's my kind of sort of review for Christmas Story. Like I said, I don't know too much about the movie though. But like I said, but anyway, Christmas Story. To me, I know like some people are gonna be just so indifferent about how I think about. Oh, this is a classic. You're an idiot. No, I just was not a fan of the movie in general. And like I said, I didn't grow up with the movie at all. So I never saw this movie up until now. It's like this is the first time me watching it, and honestly, it never grabbed me. You could say, it just. I was like, okay, this is why a lot of people like the movie. That's fine, but just like. I just didn't grasp it like a lot of people think it is, like people do, So, yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean, I don't mean to I don't disrespect anyone who, no disrespect to anyone who likes the movie. Like I said, you can like the film, that's perfectly fine. But like I said, this is the first time me seeing the movie for the first time, and I was like, really? Like I said, I never grew up with the movie. I've heard about the movie a whole bunch of times throughout the years. So finally get a chance to see it, and I'm like, to me it was not funny. It was boring, and to me it just sucked. I'm sorry. I mean, I'd rather watch other Christmas movies, like I said, right? Like I said, Jingle All the Way, which I really enjoyed. A Christmas Vacation, Home Alone 1 and 2, Ernest Saves Christmas. Which I think I'd rather watch Ernest Saves Christmas over this. Sadly, Die Hard, which that is considered a Christmas movie. Yes, it is. I mean, even Violent Night, which is coming out next, which I enjoy, which is a Christmas film. Action though, but yes, like with Die Hard though, but it's Christmas, right? So, which I enjoyed. That's another favorite film I put on this year, that's gonna be after this next. So. But anyway, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next movie review, and we'll see you next time. I want to say a Merry Christmas to everybody, and we'll see you next time in the next movie review, which is up next, later. And once again, Merry Christmas.